You're watching Good Day Siouxland with Nick Wilson and meteorologist Ethan Foreman. From KCAU 9 News, this is Good Day Siouxland.
Good morning. It's 6:45 on this Friday morning. I'm Nick Wilson.
And I'm Ethan Foreman.
And looking at the weather, we've been seeing some rain across Siouxland.
Yeah, we're starting to see some rain, but we're not the only ones seeing rain, Nick. There's also going to be what will be Tropical Storm Lee is currently Hurricane Lee, and you can see on this track that it will fall below Category 1 before it reaches shore, or is expected to at least, and will decrease to about 70 miles per hour as it moves on shore. But you can see it's moving east-northeast at just 7 miles per hour right now, and will impact the eastern part of the country. You can see we do have tropical storm warnings in effect from anywhere from just south of Boston toward Brockton and Falmouth all the way up toward Bangor, Maine. So definitely going to be some issues for that part of the country, and definitely something you'll want to make sure you are aware of if you have friends and family in that part of the country. I'll have more details on our local weather coming up in just a few minutes. Nick.
Thanks, Ethan. Well, in western Nebraska, an explosion inside a shipping container at the world's largest rail yard owned by Union Pacific led to evacuations. No one was hurt and the resulting fire was extinguished. However, toxic smoke generated by a burning chemical led authorities to evacuate everyone within a 1-mile radius. The cause of the explosion has not yet been identified, but it's under investigation. And elsewhere, according to the American Trucking Association, 11.5 billion tons of freight were hauled last year by truck drivers. And this week is National Truck Driver Appreciation Week. Great West Casualty Company took to the highways to show the truck drivers how much they're appreciated. They provided them with a free lunch just off the highway near Salix.
The truckers are an underappreciated group of folks, and we're trying to show appreciation for them in this event that Great West is sponsoring.
Great West Casualty Company has passed out 600 meals this week. And meanwhile, an Iowa Children's Hospital is reporting a troubling spike in counterfeit car seats. That's potentially putting infants and kids at risk. Staff with the hospital say it's often hard to tell if the car seat you're buying is safe, especially if you're shopping online, because third-party retailers like Amazon are the main sellers of counterfeit seats.
Most often we're seeing them in our maternity centers, caregivers, parents, moms, they're coming in to deliver, and when we're getting ready to discharge them and we're going over their car seat, we realize it's a counterfeit car seat that they've purchased probably from a third-party retailer.
If you're wondering whether your car seat is safe, check the labels. Make sure there are no misspellings and all the federally mandated labels are present. Look for a chest clip and check that the harness straps are 1.5 inches wide. Also, check to see if the manufacturer has a legitimate website. In Des Moines, 2 weeks of testimony and 2 days of deliberations have ended in a guilty verdict for the 19-year-old accused of killing 2 students at an alternative school back in January. Police quickly took Preston Walls into custody as the first verdict was read. Jurors convicted him of second-degree murder, voluntary manslaughter, and willful injury for the deadly shooting. He had originally been charged with first-degree murder, which would have carried a mandatory life sentence. He now faces up to 50 years in prison. Closer to home now, Briarcliff University will inaugurate a new university president today. Dr. Patrick J. Schulte will serve as the university's 12th president. The inauguration ceremony will celebrate Briarcliff's nearing 100-year anniversary and highlight plans for the next 100 years. Dr. Schulte served as the university's vice president of finance starting in June of 2021. He was elevated to interim president in July of last year and was named president this past March. Over in South Dakota, businesses in the Rushmore state now have a new opportunity to venture into the international market. South Dakota Trade was awarded a $200,000 grant from the Small Business Administration's State Trade Expansion Program. The funds will go directly to local businesses who are working to grow their companies through exports.
Covers everything from the educational opportunities that South Dakota Trade offers, which may be a new business that's never exported before and really needs to take a minute to understand what the process of exporting looks like.
The organization holds Export 101 courses every spring and fall. In other news, the Clay County Fair is still going strong through this Sunday up in Spencer, Iowa. Yesterday marked the fair's 6th day, with plenty of fairgoers on hand. And one of the big attractions is the food, with 21 new options for people to try out. Those range from Oreo caramel Krispies to deep-fried strawberry shortcake on a stick. We spoke with 2 young fairgoers about their favorite parts of the event.
There's an animal barn, there's lots of food. Oh yeah. Rides. And there's also these very good funnel cakes. Maybe. I really like the corn dogs here. Oh yeah, the corn dogs.
As many as 300,000 guests are expected to attend the fair this year. And if you're looking for some other ways to stay busy this weekend, there's some fun events coming up in the metro area. Tonight at 6 p.m. is the 2023 Latino Heritage Parade in South Sioux City. The event is being held by Celebrando Siouxland and Unity in Action. The parade will travel down Dakota Avenue. The whole family is welcome to attend. Also kicking off today is Sioux City Tabletop Gamers 2023 Fall Con. It'll take place at the Abu Bekr Shrine Temple starting at noon and continuing through Sunday. Admission is free this year, and it features a variety of tabletop games like Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering. Well, now it's time to meet today's Stray of the Day.
And every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue who's waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Martha, a 2 to 3-year-old female orange tabby cat. She was found on the 1000 block of Edgewater Avenue back in June and had kittens at the rescue. After spending some time in a foster home, she and her kittens are now at PetSmart looking for their forever homes. If you're looking for one or more orange tabby cats, here's your perfect opportunity. Martha and her kittens are available for adoption now.
And if you've lost your pet you're looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website. That's at SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com.
Such a funny name for a cat, Martha.
Yeah, it sounds more like a dog name to me, especially with that show. What is it, Martha Speaks or something?
Oh, yeah. Just a cute cat, and just another orange tabby cat. We've seen a few recently.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. We saw one earlier this week, didn't we? Monday or Tuesday, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Martha probably likes these temperatures. Maybe not the rain, though.
Yeah, definitely need some rain, though. Looking at our satellite and radar picture, we're starting to see that rain move into the region, and that will continue through the next couple of hours or so, but not going to be lasting too long. Your stormcast shows by 11 o'clock, we're starting to see the back edge of that rainfall in Sioux City and other areas like Lamar's and Spencer. By the time we get to 6 o'clock tonight, most of that is out of here, maybe just a few sprinkles to the south possible. And then as we head through the overnight hours, we do have another brief cold front that will come through, could spark off a light shower or storm in the middle of the night, but most of the heavier activity is going to stay outside of our region. Then Saturday is looking pretty gorgeous with the exception of one thing, the return of the smoke. I know, guys, we can't get a break from that smoke, but then that smoke does dissipate as we head into Sunday. Rainfall total is not going to be a lot from this, only about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch for most of us. Clearing late, though, as we see dry conditions for Friday night football, and that will drop our temperatures down into the low 60s by the time you guys head home from those games. 50 degrees for the overnight low tonight. Your 9-on-9 forecast shows those highs climbing back into the mid-80s as we head into early next week before more rain chances occur for the start of fall and also for nature calls next Saturday.
All right, thanks, Ethan. Now we turn to sports, where we have some high school football action and to check in with the Sioux City Musketeers to kickstart your Friday morning. Anthony Mitchell has the highlights right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. Elwood Olson Stadium, the site of last night's Metro matchup with Sioux City West. squaring off against Bishop Heelan. These two Sioux City foes meeting for the first time since the 2019 season. Heelan getting the ball first. How about this? First play of the game, Quinn Olson hands it off to the running back, Ricky Photo. He goes left with just a couple of defenders to beat. He is gone. Ring, ring, cha-ching. Photo taken to the house, 73 yards for the touchdown. Wolverines going to punt it away shortly after. Snap going over the head of Aiden Ferrara. Tackled by the Crusaders. They start off with great position in the red zone. That sets up a 2-yard touchdown pass from Quinn Olson to Carson McInerney. Crusaders going up 14-zip. West with the ball, Shamar Harrell ripping off a big run. First down Wolverines, but unfortunately they'd have to punt on this drive. Heelan making it 28-0 now with the Olsen connected Drew Ewell. Crusaders moving to 4-0 with the 49-7 win. It was Muskie's Media Day yesterday at the Tyson Event Center, giving us a first look at this year's Sioux City squad, which is loaded with returners, aiming to make a big push back into the postseason. Head coach Jason Kersner's squad boasts 16 returners, with the vast majority of the defense coming back to Sioux City. Now on offense, the team will look to UConn commit Caden Shahan, who's a top returning goal scorer, finding the back of the net 21 times for the Musketeers. Last season, Sioux City made the playoffs, but were swept in the first round by the Tri-City Storm. Despite the team not wanting to dwell on the past, they say it's a feeling that's motivated them ahead of the 2023 season.
I think we're carrying it a little bit. Just we know we don't want to exit that early. We want to make it to that final round and hopefully end up. But I wouldn't say flushing it, but it's in the back of our mind, and we're going to use it as motivation for sure.
We don't want to go home too early, so we know that feeling about being home, watching the Clark Cup happen on our couch. But also, it's good to get that out of our system, so we don't worry about losing and just keep playing how we play. If we play how we play, then we'll be just fine.
Sioux City kicks off its season in just 6 days, taking on the Chicago Steel at the 2023 Dick's Sporting Goods USHL Fall Classic in Pittsburgh. That game slated for September 21st at 11:30 a.m. And finally, here's a look at the results from yesterday's city meet that took place at Whispering Creek for boys golf. Bishop Heelan took home the win, putting together a team score of 328, followed by Lamar's at 338 and SBL with 342. Blake Harzma recorded the best round, shooting a 79 for Sergeant Bluff Luton. And that'll be all for sports. Have a good day, Siouxland.
Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories, what you need to know before you go. A police officer from Algona, Iowa, was shot and killed in the line of duty. Officer Kevin Cram was just 33 years old. The North Iowa community of Algona is located just 144 miles northeast of Sioux City. That's where Officer Kevin Cram was executing an arrest warrant for 43-year-old Kyle Rick when he was shot and killed. Investigators say Officer Cram located Rick at a residence. When he told Rick he was going to be arrested, Rick pulled out a handgun and shot him. Cram later died at a local hospital. He's being remembered as a husband and a father and a great officer who served his community. And meanwhile, the accused shooter, 43-year-old Kyle Rick, is awaiting extradition back to Iowa after being apprehended in southern Minnesota. Online court records indicate Rick was in court earlier Wednesday for the first appearance on a third-degree harassment charge for repeatedly harassing his ex-girlfriend. He remains in jail in Brown County, Minnesota. Rick is now also charged with first-degree murder. The tragedy came as a shock to people in Officer Cram's community and beyond, but law enforcement officials say they understand they could come into the line of fire at any time. Sioux City Police Lieutenant Jeremy McClure tells us mental health issues are especially a concern on the street.
You know, we try to connect them with resources as best we can and have partnerships in the community like the mobile crisis assessment team, some of the mental health and other resources in the community. One thing that we do is also look at what happened and try to take lessons away from that and improve our safety.
And now taking a look at the weather. How's it looking out there?
Yeah, still seeing some of that rain, but that should move out in time for Sports Zone tonight as we have our game of the week at Cherokee Washington versus Western Christian, looking like a decent evening for that. Might still have some wet ground though, so just be aware if you will be out and about tonight, dropping down to 61 degrees by the drive home. Your 9 on 9 forecast shows that we do have a very pleasant weekend on the way. The only thing is we might see a little bit of smoke in the upper levels on Saturday. Then we see that temperature climb back up into the mid 80s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before more precip moves in for the end of next week when we have nature calls and also the first day of fall occurring at 1:50 in the morning next Saturday.
Looking forward to hopefully Friday night being dry for football.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. We return this midday.